Well, Canada's Supreme Court judges have some homework to do. After a rare summer sitting, hearing a disputed election result for the first time ever, the top court will now decide if they'll throw out ballots and send some Toronto voters back to the polls. Leslie McKinnon has followed this story for us from the beginning, and she was in courtroom today. Leslie.
Mark, today the Supreme Court appeal became a debate about the integrity of the voting system itself.
Spectators were lining up early today for a spot in the courtroom, rare for a Supreme Court case. Even Conservative MP Ted Opitz, who is fighting to keep his seat, was in the line. Former Liberal MP Boris Jesnetsky, who lost by just 26 votes in the federal election a year ago, was also here. The Etobicoke Centre election was nullified in a lower court when the judge threw out 79 ballots. Elections Canada couldn't find the documents proving the identity of most of those voters. Today, Ted Opitz's lawyer suggested that didn't matter.
There are 235,000 temporary workers employed in the election day. The fact that they misplaced a certificate doesn't mean the certificate didn't exist.
Thank you.
But the Chief Justice sounded skeptical.
Unless those records are kept and kept properly, the public cannot have confidence in the process. We have this gray area of disputed elections that plagues so many countries in the world.
How did they end up?
Jesnetsky says you just can't assume that all voters are honest.
That cannot be the working assumption, that people don't do wrong things, that there are no bad actors out there.
But Ted Opitz says mere clerical errors shouldn't mean ballots get tossed.
Sometimes you forget, have you never forgotten to check off a box or sign something? You know, it happens. It happens. Everybody here has made a mistake.
The Supreme Court reserved its decision today, but the fact that the court interrupted its summer break to come back just to hear this case means the decision's likely to be soon.
Well, Leslie, what are we bracing for in terms of the implications of the court's decision?
Well, the case is really about one election and one riding and whether it should stand. But it's also become about whether the public can have confidence in whether an election is fair or not, and even whether their vote should be disqualified just because one Elections Canada official made a mistake. So whatever happens, it's likely to mean that Elections Canada will have to spend more time and money training and supervising staff, and how the next election is run will likely be watched very closely. Mark?
All right, Leslie, thanks so much.